Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now I don't care if you call them bikers, bickers, Bichirs, whatever, you all know what I'm talking about. I call them bikers, whatever you call them, more power to you. But it's finally time to show them on the channel. I've had them for a while now. I got the Congo green biker and a gold dust biker. Let's go take a look. Now it has been somewhat challenging getting these guys on film. They're just little bitty babies, so they're skittish. But here is one of them. I'm not seeing any of the others. Let's kind of pan over here. We still got the Egyptian mouth brooders in here hanging out. I did just do a water change, so everyone's kind of stressed out right now. Probably wasn't very smart. You can see all the bubbles up there. So this is the only guy that wants to show off for the camera right now. And you can see these are just ancient, beautiful, beautiful fish. And he just went and scooted under the sponge filter there. Like I said, they're still very skittish, even with these Egyptian mouth brooders in here, which are completely peaceful. If you haven't seen the video I did on these guys, you should probably check it out. I'll have it pop up here somewhere or put it in the description, something like that. Just a really peaceful dwarf cichlid. I'm going to see if I can get some footage of these bikers. In the meantime, I'm going to turn this over to Rachel O'Leary. I've asked her to give us some tips on these guys since she is an expert on bikers. So while I try to get some footage of these guys, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Rachel.
Hey guys, I'm Rachel O'Leary, and I've been working with lower jaw, in particular Polypterus, for almost 12 years now. And Bob asked me to give you a few of my best tips for their maintenance and care. Now, as I mentioned, I work with Polypterus and lacari, which are a lower jaw species, and these are one of the ones that get the largest in the hobby. It's really important to take into consideration before you purchase some of these fish if you're going to be able to house them for the long term, because they are exceptionally long-lived. I've had mine for over a decade, and they're still only babies, really. And that they can live for 20 plus years easily with some good care. Now these guys are extremely powerful and, in my opinion, extremely beautiful. And one of the most important things that we can do for them is to make sure they're being housed safely. It is of critical importance to have tight fitting lids that they can't push open. Since they breathe from the surface of the aquarium, it's a good idea to leave a little bit of a dropped water line just so that when they surface for air, or if they're to be moving quite quickly to surface for air, they don't push those lids right off the aquarium. On my aquarium, I have custom made super thick lids so that I don't have to weigh them down. However, when I was quarantining these guys and growing them out before they moved into their bigger tank, I did put rocks or other heavy items on the top of the tank to make sure that those the conventional lids couldn't be moved by the fish. Now I do like to feed these guys pellets. All of my Polypterus are pellet trained, and it is completely unimportant to give them live fish in their diet. I do offer them a range of foods because variety is the spice of life. One of my favorites is freeze-dried krill, as well as the large carnivore pellets, and occasionally frozen market shrimp or chopped up whitefish fillets. With some good care, these guys are exceptionally rewarding and long-lived pets that always add an element of fascination to your fish room or aquarium.
So I do keep the water level down a few inches. There's a glass top on there. I have come in here and spooked them quite a bit. I haven't seen them jump, but I have seen them just tear across the tank and try to hide, kind of like that guy just did right there. Still not having much luck getting him on film. I'm not going to be a jerk and remove all of the hardscape just so we can take a look at them. So each of these species kind of max out around that 12-14 inch mark. They don't get quite as large as Rachel's, which get up to 30 inches, the ones that she got. So obviously they're not going to live their life in this 20-gallon long. I am working on rescaping a 75-gallon, which they will be moved into and continue to grow out until they're too large for that. And then we'll probably move them into a 125. We got one kind of poking his head out. Is he gonna come out for us? Come on. I could drop some food in here, but it hasn't worked yet as far as trying to entice him to come out. But I'll still get some pellets and throw them in here. Alright, so I got some pellets. I'm gonna drop them in here. I think the chances of getting him to come out is pretty low. So they're relatively peaceful. They will eat fish that can fit in their mouth, so just get appropriately sized fish and you should be doing all right. 78 degrees, 7 to 7.5, 7.8 pH, right around there. All right, so I moved that cave that was right in front because there is one hanging out in this zebra designed cave. We're probably gonna have to give him a minute or two and hopefully he'll come out for some pellets. You can see all the pellets laying right there. All right, we got two of them on the move here. One on the left in the cave, one on the right. They definitely smell the pellets. I wish I had a camera with better zoom so I could stand back and zoom in, but I don't. So there is the third one. The second one is to the left of the cave under the rock. Obviously one in the PVC cave there, tube. And we still have one over here that you can barely see. Well, I don't know if you guys can see him, but I can because I'm not looking through the camera. Still got one in the cave. We got one in the back left scrolling along there, as you can see him here. He's popping his head out. Now it'd definitely be better for these guys if I had them in a planted tank. The only thing I have in here are floating plants, and unfortunately they're not above where they hang out, so the sponge filter kind of moves them to the other side of the tank. So I didn't plan that too well. I'm also not going to put plants in here because this is just temporary. As soon as that other tank is done, they will be moved over and they'll be joined with bleeding heart tetras. I might even move these guys over there, a couple Synodontis and a few plecos. They can definitely smell the pellets. They want to eat. I'm actually standing back now, which is why the quality's a little worse because I'm zoomed in, but it'll be worth it if they come out. Alright, so they're just not cooperating. I've been trying to film these guys since I got them. I actually looked it up. I've had them for almost 2 months and they're still really skittish. They don't trust me yet, but honestly they're not in the fish room, so they don't see me as much as the other fish in here do. So I can't really blame them that much. As soon as we get them moved over to the 75 gallon, I'm sure we'll get a lot of good shots of them. I really want to thank Rachel O'Leary for helping out in this video. Definitely check out her channel if you're not. Links will be down below and popping up. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you all next time.